It's Dame time. Damian Lillard is absolutely killing the league. The push to get his Blazers in the playoffs has been amazing. And after a 61-point performance last night, all of a sudden the conversation became, is Damian Lillard the best point guard in the NBA? And not only that, is he better than Steph Curry? Now, we have to clarify what we're talking about here. Are we talking about current day Damian Lillard versus current day Steph Curry? Or are we talking about prime Steph Curry and prime Damian Lillard? Are we talking about a complete body of work? Well, let's just talk about it with the understanding that we're talking about the best versions of themselves. And who knows, maybe we haven't seen the best version of either of these guys. Anything is possible with today's sports science and technology and what we're seeing right now. I want to start with leadership because a lot of people point to these two guys as the best leaders in the NBA from the point guard position. And I don't argue with that, but I think that they have a very different style of leadership. Damian Lillard is going to put the battery in your back, right? He's going to make you tougher. Where Steph, he's going to loosen you up and take some of that pressure off you. And it really depends on the teammate, the type of player, and how they respond. Certainly, Patrick McCaw probably could have used more of Dame's style, where you look at Mo Harkless, and he probably needed Steph's, right? He needed more of a pressure valve. He needed less pressure. I personally lean towards Dame's style being more effective for most guys, but I will also acknowledge that I think Steph's style allows for guys to be themselves more. Now, whether that's a good or a bad thing, again, is dependent on who it is. In this Instagram era of basketball, ISO ball gets all the glory. And this is where Dame shines. First, just in his mentality, he's much more bullish as far as getting to his shot. He's stronger than Steph. He finishes at the rim better, and he gets to the line way more. There is an argument, I think, to be made that Steph's ISO game maybe is more aesthetically pleasing, but I don't think you can claim it's more effective. He doesn't possess the strength to go through guys like Dame does. He obviously doesn't finish above the rim, though I know some of you will argue, well, he's more crafty with his English off glass, and that's true, but let's call it what it is. If Dame's headed to the rim or Steph's headed to the rim, who do you think has a better shot at getting points out of it? I think it's Dame. And then, of course, there's the sore subject of getting to the line. Look, Warrior fans, should he get there more? Absolutely, of course. But we have to understand that, one, it's a cost of being off the ball so much, and two, it's just not in his style to seek contact or bait fouls. It's just not part of his game. And so, yes, he deserves to get to the line more, but he's not a foul hunter, and he's not a guy that's looking to make contact and seek it. So it's never going to be there as much as we complain. For me, this is an easy decision. One possession, and they have to get a shot. It's Dame. Now, I don't want to go too deep into defense. We're not talking about either of these guys because of their defensive prowess. Let's keep it real here, right? But I think, much like the offense, you could say the same thing about the defense. Individually, isolation as a defender, I think Dame is clearly the stronger defender. But when it comes to team defense and being part of a scheme and that type of discipline, I think that's where Steph is clearly the better defender. But ultimately, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. And we could just leave it at that. But I'll elaborate. He's not a system player. He is the system player. The true separator between these two is Steph's off-ball movement and his unselfishness. Look, at this point, Dame creates the same amount of gravity, but he only really uses it on the ball. Steph's willingness to use his energy off the ball as a decoy a lot of the time has created a championship system. The other part of this selflessness is more of a trust. He trusts his teammates more. Now, you could say that's much easier considering his teammates. Either way, the result is a Steph Curry offense is more versatile. I just got done saying Dame is the superior ISO player. And for one game, you could argue he's the guy you want. But you have to get to that one game. And we don't have to guess what happens with these guys in the playoffs. We've seen it plenty of times. The system that is Steph Curry has more ways to win. Steph can be ice cold and still be generating great offense for his team. Where Dame, as spectacular as he is, if he's ice cold, frankly, he just becomes another player. Now, if you turn the stamina sliders off, maybe Dame's the guy, but this ain't a video game, fam. And Dame has yet to prove that his style is sustainable through an entire playoffs. Now, all that said, I'm rooting for the pride of the town. And I don't want to dismiss Dame's greatness by trying to compare him to the greatest point guard of this era. They're both great, but just understand with Steph, there is a uniqueness to how and what he opens up on the floor that separates him from all these guys. Now, the NBA's back. I want to shout out everybody that's checking out these new videos. I'm trying to come back here. As you can see, it's an uphill climb considering that a lot of people just aren't interested in basketball right now. And frankly, I don't blame them. But the other factor is clearly this has been a Warriors channel. And with them out of this bubble, I've forced to expand and I'm taking advantage. I'm grateful for this opportunity. But at the same time, I need to ask my Warrior fans who have supported me to get me through this time. Check out these videos and support, like, share, subscribe, and give these other topics a chance. I know a lot of you are just Warrior fans, but if you would like me to continue to create content for when the Warriors get back, I need to make it through these times and help me expand. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.
I've been winning so long, it's like alchemy.